Yes, I'm ready for cues. Go ahead.
There's been a lot of concern from some of your moderate members and those up for re-election about Title 42 and the administration's decision to overturn that at the end of May. Do you think that decision should be delayed?
Look, the bottom line is, let me say,
$147,000, which is up from $142,800 in 2021. An increase of $4,200 in fact. And in 2017, the Social Security wage cap was only $127,000. So to get the maximum benefit, seniors must have been a high earner throughout their entire time in employment. Recent recipients of Social Security income, everybody, just have to wait days for the next payment, which is due to be sent out March 1st. More than 8 million people across the nation receive SSI income. According to the Social Security Administration, this year, the maximum amount for individuals has increased to $841 from $794. The benefit stands at $1,261 for a married couple if both spouses are eligible for SSI. Americans can receive both SSI and Social Security benefits. If this applies to you, you will get your next Social Security payment in the next coming days. Folks, what do you think about President Biden? Should he do a better job in increasing Social Security benefits this year? Tell me what you think in the comments below. Benefits will be sent out on that day for Americans who have received Social Security before May 1997. However, the SSA has said that Americans need to be aware of the Social Security rules that could potentially catch them off guard. For instance, if your current spouse does not qualify for their own benefits, they can claim benefits based on your earnings. An ex-spouse can also claim benefits based on your earnings. To qualify on your record, your ex-spouse must have been married to you for at least 10 years. And Americans have also been warned by the Social Security Administration.
Myself such time as I may consume.
Gentleman is recognized.
This about Title 42. Number one, no, it shouldn't be used to hold up important things like COVID aid, number one. And number two, we're going to be working through this to see if we can come to a position that our caucus can agree on. There's divisions there now. Yes, next.
Reaction to Elon Musk buying Twitter, and Amy Klobuchar just briefed your caucus on antitrust, big tech antitrust legislation. Are you going to bring that to the floor?
Okay, on the second question, we had a very good discussion. She made very powerful presentation, and I'm working with her to see that we can get 60 votes to get to the floor. On Elon Musk, I would say, look, in many ways, Twitter has been a dark, dark place. I hope it doesn't get any darker. Yes.
The inflation package you talked about, is that going to move through regular order or budget reconciliation? And how does
The inflation, what are you talking about?
There's talk of an inflation package to combat inflation. Does that move through budget reconciliation or regular order?
Look,
how does it fit with the other reconciliation effort?
Look, reconciliation is very, very important. I met, as he came out and told people, I met with Senator Manchin this morning. Our meetings were both preliminary and good, and we're going to continue to keep talking. If you want to get rid of inflation, the only way to do it is to undo a lot of the Trump tax cuts and raise rates. No Republican is ever going to do that. So the only way...
Folks, there's a lot of good news about the fourth stimulus check, Social Security benefits, SSI, and SSDI. Stay tuned because you definitely don't want to miss this. The IRS has just announced that you have only one more chance to claim an extra $1,400 third stimulus check. Now, here's some very important news if you're looking to receive additional stimulus money. There's still time to claim a third stimulus payment worth up to $1,400 per person. Eligible taxpayers who didn't receive the payment or maybe due more money than they initially received are allowed to claim a tax credit on their 2021 federal tax return by the April 18th deadline. The vast majority of the third stimulus payments were automatically delivered to taxpayers' bank accounts or via check in the mail last spring. The payments were authorized by the American Rescue Plan in March 2021 and were meant to help people struggling financially, but the payments were calculated last year based on the most recent federal tax return on file at the time. If a taxpayer's income or family size changed in 2021, the individual may be eligible for more money. Other people may have missed out on stimulus payments altogether. Those with incomes so low that they don't have to file taxes may have never received their payment because the IRS did not have their information on hand. Now, those who believe they are due more money must file a 2021 tax return even if they don't usually file taxes and claim what's called the Recovery Rebate Credit. In order to claim the Recovery Rebate Credit, you will need information that was sent in a letter from the IRS in the past couple of months. This is called Letter 6475. It confirms whether a taxpayer was sent a third stimulus check and the amount. But if you did not have this letter, you can access it in this information through your IRS online account. Now, the Senate Thursday confirmed Judge Brown Jackson. Judge Jackson to the Supreme Court and fulfilled President Biden's campaign promise. The vote was bipartisan, 53-47, with Republican senators like Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, and Mitt Romney voting for Jackson. The Republican senators announced their support for the history-making confirmation, saying she's well qualified, and Kamala Harris presided over the confirmation vote this week. Democrats were celebratory and reflective on how Justice Jackson will be remembered in history. And after the successful vote, Schumer said on the Senate floor, "This is an amazing day, not only for Justice Brown, but for the United States of America. Today we are taking a giant step forward." Now, as the November elections edge closer, Senate Republicans are signaling the revival of hardball tactics, refusing to roll out a full-scale blockade against a Biden nominee for the remainder of his 4-year term. So when asked if he would commit to allowing a vote on a Biden nominee next year, Mitch McConnell told reporters, "I'm not going to go forward with any prediction on what our strategy might be." And the White House Chief of Staff also responded to MSNBC, stating, "It is not our plan to let Mitch McConnell make that decision in 2023. It's our plan to have Senator Schumer be in charge of making the decision in 2023. And he's quite confident that if there's a Supreme Court vacancy, then Schumer will make sure that person has a prompt and fair hearing." Do you approve the nomination, folks? Tell me in the comments.
This is an important hearing, and I want to thank everybody for being here. The truth is that corporate greed is nothing new. It's been going on for a very, very long time. And it manifests itself in the extreme wealth and income inequality that we are seeing in this country now. And this is one of the issues which gets far too little discussion, but the American people have got to determine whether or not we are comfortable with two people owning more wealth than the bottom 42% of Americans, whether we're comfortable the top 1% owning more wealth than the bottom 92%. And I've said this a million times, we focus on the oligarchy in Russia, which should be focused on. And Putin's allies there who led him into this, work with him on this terrible war. Truth is, we have an oligarchy in this country, and we might want to be focusing on that as well. When we talk about why the American people are angry, why, among other things, we're seeing a spurt in the growth of trade unionism in this country, it has a lot to do with the fact that CEOs in large corporations now make 350 times more than their average workers. In addition to that, they receive stock options, golden parachutes, and a wide range of perks go to the CEOs. And meanwhile, working families...
January of last year, I think it was, 16 months ago, inflation was 1.4%. Today, inflation has increased fivefold to 8.5%, a 40-year high, with, it doesn't